Everyone, today we will do the subject geography of grade 7 and our chapter number 7 is soils. So today in this lesson we will discuss various types of soils and how the soil formed. Okay, soil is also a kind of a sand. So let us start with first point, that is factor necessary for soil formation. Means what are the important things we use to make a soil or to form a soil. So there are four things. The first one is parent rock, second one is regional climate, third is biotic material, and the last one is time. So let us start with first, that is parent rock. Parent rock means hard rock, a very big and hard rock. So in parent rock, this soil depends on the hardness of parent rock. For forming a soil, that soil depends on the hardness of the parent rock, and the next is they need a proper climate to form a soil. The third one is gets weathered. Because of the weather, they form or they start to formation a soil. Next is regional climate. Regional means a particular area. So the area and that area climate are most important factor to form a soil. That is, intensity of weathering rock depends on climate. The intensity, the importance, the moisture, this all things depends on the climate. Because of that favorable climate, the soil start fertile. Next is same type of rock give rise to different use of soil. The rocks are same. The types of rock are also same. But from that same rock, we get different types of soil and we use that different type of soil in different uses. The third one is biotic material. Biotic means the living material. That is decomposition of the remains of plants and animals. The decomposition means that part of animals and plants, that part mix together and form humus, and humus is very much important to form a soil formation because humus have great fertile or great fertility. So this biotic material is the important factor for forming a soil because we get this biotic material from dead parts of animals and plants. The last one is time. Time is most important because soil is a natural resources. So this take natural and slow process. It is naturally processed and it is also a very slow process. Next is 2.5 centimeter thick. The layer of the soil, to make a thick layer of a soil, it takes thousands of years to form 2.5 centimeter thickness of the layer. It means that to make 2.5 centimeter thickness of a layer, it takes thousands of years. See, high rainfall, high temperature, the soil formation will faster. But if any area have low rainfall, low temperature, so it takes more time to form a soil. So these are four important factors that is necessary for soil formation. Now let us discuss the other points, that is degradation of soil. In degradation of soil, we have used for agriculture. As we all know that we are living in India and agriculture is the main occupation for India. So this kind of soil is very much useful for agriculture. Next is higher production. If we want higher production of crops, so the soil which we are using, and with the help of that soil we use other thing also, that is chemical fertilizer, insecticide, etc. These are some uses for growing good production or high production. Next is soil and vegetation. Soil is indispensable. What is the meaning of indispensable? Indispensable means essential, important, necessary. The soil is very much necessary for higher growth of plants or crops. Next is climate, water and sunlight. For higher production of agriculture, for higher production of crops or higher yielding of crops, we need favorable climate, abundant water and a proper sunlight. If we will have this kind of thing properly, so our production will also nourish and good kind of crops we will have. Next is rise of ancient civilization. Ancient civilization means in olden times the people lived together. Use soil as a resource. When man understand that by sowing a seed they get proper kind of crops, so they started using that soil as a resource and they started to grow crops, to grow yield, etc. River bed give higher yield. When man understand that they get a proper fertile soil by the river bed, so they started to settle in that particular river bed. They started to settle in a group or in the valley side of the river bed and they started to live there. Proper or good standard of living. They started to grow different kinds of crops for their daily purpose and they started use that kind of crops from the soil to get a proper production or a business also. Next is growing population. Man started to live in the valley or they started to sow seeds for a betterment of their standard of living. Next is richer harvest and agricultural produce. Man started to produce agriculture, that is according to the type of soil. Man understand that is agriculture is the basic needs of us for living being. So they according to the type of the soil they started grow different kinds of crops because of that soil. Next is staple diet of the people. Staple diet means the crops which we can grow in quantities. So man started to grow staple diet of food for their production. Next point is soil erosion. Soil erosion means the top layer of the soil displacement. Here you can see heavy rains or running water. Means a top layer that is disappear by the heavy rains or by the running water from the river. That soil we cannot see properly. That is known as soil erosion. Next is soil get eroded because of high velocity of wind. Because of running water, the soil get eroded. High velocity of wind and steep slope. This is the reason why the soil get eroded and soil erosion. Let us see this table. In this table we can see the advantages of fertile soil and disadvantages of fertile soil. So what is the advantages? Let us see first. The regions having fertile soil are self-reliant. Means the area which have good quality of soil, that area is completely good for production of agriculture. Human settlement are concerned. If that soil or that fertile soil is in good condition, so human settlement are ready to stay there. Next, agro-based industries flourish. Because of good quality or because of fertile of soil, we can easily grow agriculture and we can easily start to grow good quality of crops because of advantages or because of good quality of fertile soil. For example, factories develop in sugarcane producing areas. Means if we want to grow sugar, if we want to farm a sugar, we can grow sugarcane production easily. And if we want fruit, so we use fruit producing in the area where food production is easily we can grow. Next is disadvantages of fertile soil. Now what is the disadvantage? The region where soil are not fertile need to import. the area where the soil is not fertile, the soil not having good quality. So that area they started to get their things by import. For example, countries like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman, etc. they need or they fulfill their requirement by import from different kind of countries like China, India, USA. So this is the basic disadvantage where they don't have proper good quality of soil. So they started to fulfill the requirement by the import, by getting import things from other countries. And the advantages is this, that we have a good quality of fertile soil, so we can grow anything properly or in a good production way. Major types of soils in Maharashtra. So we have 5 types of soils in Maharashtra. Let us discuss this. The first one is coarse soil. Coarse type of soil is a result of weathering and low rainfall. Means if we have low rainfall in a particular region, so we can easily get the coarse soil. This soil can be found in the hilltops of the western part of Deccan Plateau. Next soil is regur soil. So regur type of soil is also known as black soil, and it is found in areas of medium rainfall in the valleys and alluvial plains of river basin. Third is laterite soil. We found laterite soil to the west of the Sahyadris in the coastal belt of Konkan and in the east of Vidarbha. Next soil is alluvial soil of the coastal strip. We found at the mouth of the rivers in western coastal strip. And the last one, that is yellow brown soil. This type of soil is found in the areas of extreme rainfall, means very much high rainfall. It is mainly found in Chandrapur, western part of Bhandara and parts of Sahyadri mountains. So these are major types of soil in Maharashtra. Let us discuss the next point, that is measures of soil conservation. It is very much important to conserve our soil. So we have different types of various department of soil conservation, and they works for this. So there are some name. Let us see the name. The first one is construction of embankments. Second is planting trees of embankments. Third is construction of gully plugs against the steep slopes. These are some department. They work for soil conservation. And now we have 4 different kinds of types for conserving soil. The first one is tree plantation. It is very much important to grow more trees for stopping or for controlling soil conservation. That is, planting trees control the velocity of the wind. This help in reducing the erosion of soil by winds. The plant roots hold the soil firm and they also reduce the erosion of soil. So we have to grow more plants. Next is constructing continuous counter trenches, that is CCTs. So construction of CCTs at different heights check the velocity of water running along the slopes. It means that if we construct CCTs, so we easily conserve water in that CCT, and that water flow on the slopes, and by the flowing of that water they reduce soil erosion and they increase the level of ground water. They also arrest the water in CCT and then they percolate into the ground. Percolates means to filter. Next is watershed development program. So this is a program they started by the government of Maharashtra. They implemented the watershed. It is also known as catchment area development program. This lead to the success of the scheme, that is arrest water, let it percolate. This has resulted in raising the groundwater levels and reducing the erosion of soil. And the last one is Jal Yukt Shivar. The government of Maharashtra has recently launched the scheme called Jal Yukt Shivar. Under this scheme, works like construction of farm bunds, arresting waters of small streams, connecting the streams, etc., being carried out on a large scale. The last point, that is measure to retain fertility of soil, means give back the fertility of soil. So for reducing degradation of soil, we have to reduce the excessive use of chemical fertilizer and pesticide. It is very much harmful for the soil. Next is organic manures, vermicompost, compost are to use regularly as it helps maintaining the pH balance and increasing the proportion of humus and retaining the fertility of soil. So these are some important factors to retain the fertility of soil. It's our duty to conserve soil for betterment of our agriculture.